This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, February 26th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Efforts continue to get nonstop air service back to Evansville to two important business markets. Evansville lost service to Chicago and Detroit in 2022, and Evansville Regional Economic Partnership CEO Lloyd Winnicke says it's a big issue for the business community.
We have limited corporate headquarters here. And when those headquarter businesses need to get personnel to Chicago, to Detroit, or to other cities through those gateway airports, it's a big hindrance to us. So what we think it does, it puts those headquarters at risk of potentially leaving here. None have threatened to do so yet, but we know that cities our size have greater challenges in terms of keeping headquarters in our community. So we need every asset available, and that includes direct air service to Chicago, Detroit.
Winnicke says he is hopeful for service to return this year, but there is no indication that that will happen. The St. Joseph County Commissioners on Friday announced Sharon McBride has been fired as director of the Ducombe Center, a residential correctional facility in South Bend. The move comes amid an investigation launched by the commissioners earlier in the week into a series of allegations including staffing issues, overtime abuse, and improper financial transactions. McBride, who is also a member of the South Bend City Council, came under fire after questions arose regarding the six-figure salary of the center's kitchen director, Dolores Walker, who is also McBride's mother. Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry announced Friday that Jonathan Leist will take over as director of the city's Community Development Division. Leist succeeds Nancy Townsend, who retired earlier this month after 33 years of working in city government. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, one goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
As industry leaders say demand for electric vehicles has slowed, one northern Indiana official says construction of the $3 billion electric vehicle battery manufacturing plant in New Carlisle is on schedule. St. Joseph County Economic Development Director Bill Shalial told our partners at Fox Michiana that General Motors is committed to completing the project and early site work is underway.
We will see contractors out on site over the next couple of weeks starting to do water line installation, some fiber optic relocation. So again, there is a lot of site work happening in and around the site, in anticipation and preparation for the project. General Motors project still moving forward. It is still February, so construction is generally slower in the winter, but they have every intention of moving forward.
Last June, GM and South Korea-based Samsung SDI announced New Carlisle as the site for the project, which is expected to create 1,700 manufacturing jobs. Shalial emphasized that work on the plant is on track for its expected completion in December 2027. The American Center for Manufacturing and Innovation in Austin, Texas, has announced plans for what it calls a first-of-its-kind project that could bring hundreds of millions of dollars in private investment to Indiana. Known as Munitions Campus Indiana, the public-private partnership will involve the development of industrial real estate to support innovation in munitions-related areas. The project is using $75 million in funding from the U.S. Department of Defense to establish multiple facilities in the Indianapolis area and near Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane Division, though specific sites are yet to be determined. ACMI founder John Buehrer said in a news release that the project is expected to attract thousands of jobs to the state. The first phase of the project could begin this year. Beck's Hybrids CEO Sonny Beck is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.